Trucking Association of New York. Kendra gave us the information last week and is gracious enough to update us today. Thank you very much, Kendra.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Hey, what's new from the New York standpoint, Department of Transportation, the Thruway, or other things on your end? Because you're right in the epicenter of everything.
Yeah, right now they're still working with us to keep trucks moving as best we can. As we talked about last time, they have our Department of Transportation did put some size and weight tolerances in play, so they can haul over legal weight. So on the weight side, you can go up to 100,000 pounds without a permit. And then obviously anything above that, you still need to require a permit, and you still need to be cognizant of structures that are load bearing and restricted. But again, just trying to do what they can in terms of keeping those trucks moving and as efficient as possible. State Department of Transportation, our motor vehicle does have extensions in place for medical certificates, licenses, permits, and registration. As of today, those are due to sunset on April 19th. I did reach out to our motor vehicle department yesterday, and we are working through hopefully extending that out. As we know, FMCSA allows the states to extend through June 30th. So we're hopeful that our State Department of Motor Vehicle will put those extensions at least through end of April, which is where our current stay-at-home order is today.
Great. Rest stops on the Thruway, are those all still open?
Everything is still open. Rest stops are open. Our service areas are open. Limited services. As of right now, restroom facilities are still available. I believe the food service is available, but it's grab and go on the state thruway. The rest areas on our state highways, they're owned by our State Department of Transportation. They have vending machines. They've never had food service at those, but those vending machines are still available, at least so you can get a snack and something to drink.
Kendra, this weekend I emailed you about a situation where I had a driver who went for his physical, and because the doctor found out he had come into New York City, asked him to self-isolate, and you helped me with that. You want to share that with the folks?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's been this fear going back now a couple of weeks as a result of a briefing that was held by the Coronavirus Task Force that if you come into New York City and then leave, that you have to self-isolate for 14 days, quarantine for 14 days. Coming out of that, we work very closely with our State Department of Transportation, our City Department of Transportation. We were able to get some clarification from the CDC that 14-day quarantine does not apply to essential workers. Of course, drivers, transportation, delivery workers are included in that essential worker definition. And then last week, Federal Motor Carrier also put out a statement reiterating that CDC guidance. So we've been working to try and clarify that just by nature of going into New York City, particularly if you are an essential worker, you do not have to self-quarantine for 14 days coming out of New York City. The only reason that would be recommended is if you felt like you had come in contact with somebody and you felt you had been exposed, or if you were exhibiting symptoms. But short of those two situations, there's absolutely no requirement that you have to quarantine coming out of New York City.
Kendra, you've been very gracious in updating us. For folks to keep in touch in between our conversations, what are the resources that the Trucking Association of New York, TANY, has that they can access?
Sure. So we do have a COVID-19 webpage. You can access that just by going to our website, nytrucks.org, and then you click on the red COVID banner. We are putting new information up there every day as we receive it, whether it's specific to trucking, emergency relief orders or exemptions, but also anything that we think is going to help the industry. So there's information up there now related to the CARES Act, as well as some information linking to some of our local chambers that have a lot of good resources for small business relief as well. We're also doing update calls every Monday. So Monday at 10:30, it's an open call. You can access it right from that COVID site as well. But we provide updates on any new information. And now we're starting to bring in some guest speakers to provide additional updates outside of trucking as well.
And for members, you have a members exchange as well?
We do. So we call it the Trucking Interchange. It's a member-only portal, but we are seeing a lot of posts in there for members helping members, shared services. If there's companies that are slow and have drivers and trucks available, and they're using that portal to kind of match up to help each other out. And
finally, Kendra, TANY events, what do you stand with those?
Attaining events, challenging times, as we know, particularly being in the epicenter here in New York. We've had made some difficult decisions to cancel some of our more popular events. Of course, the one that everybody's talking about right now is our truck driving championships. We did decide this morning to officially cancel that event. Our Super Tech competition is held at the same time. We are currently postponing that event. The difference is it's a little easier with Super Tech to do social distancing than it would be with an event like a truck driving championship when you have just drivers and jockeys in and out of trucks all day. So Super Tech will make a final decision on that within the next couple of weeks, but we just felt abundance of caution for the health and safety of all involved that the truck driving championship should be canceled. We have also canceled 2 Touch a Truck events that we typically hold in early May. That was another one that we really were disappointed. We raised some significant dollars for charities at those 2 events. But again, just given where we are, our stay home order is now through the end of April. We don't know yet where we're going to be in May. And I don't know that people will have a comfort level of coming to an event like that as well. So we did make the decision to cancel those events.
Kendra, as always, thank you very much. And I'm sure as we end all of these, we want to thank the truck drivers who are making this all possible.
Every day. I mean, they are just going above and beyond. Our truck drivers, our technicians that are maintaining those vehicles, all of the office staff that's keeping those drivers running, cannot say enough about the job they're doing to keep this economy rolling.
Fantastic. Thank you, Kendra.
And thank you, Doug. Take care.
You too.